there guys, gals, and non-binary pals, GM Potter here, and today we will be doing a blind date with a book. So I've got my package here, got it covered up so y'all don't know where I live, just in case there's any creepers. Let's go ahead and get into it and see what we've got. I ordered this on Etsy from Jaclynneanne, so it's all wrapped up in some nice paper. So let's go ahead and open that up. So she sent a little card that says, "Thank you so much. Your order made my heart flutter and soar. Supporting my small business means you're contributing to my dreams. Please enjoy your items." And she sent a little thank you code and a sticker that says "Strong Main Character Vibes," which is just darling, and the packing slip. So I did order this on Etsy from a shop called Jaclynneanne. She has all sorts of blind date with a books options available. So you can do young adult, you can do fantasy, you can do romance, you can do smutty romance, you can do science fiction, you can do memoir, you can do nonfiction. She's got all sorts of options. I'll link her shop down below. And this is what our blind date with a young adult fantasy, because that is the genre I get a lot of fun out of, is. So let's open her up and see. So we've got School Spirits by Rachel Hawkins. It wasn't like I'd never thought about the first day of school before. I remember going into stores with Mom and Finn, passing all those displays of pencils and binders and backpacks, and wondering what it must be like to live that kind of life. But I'd never thought that would be my life. I snagged my black jacket from one of the hooks, and as I did, I caught a flash of movement. Torin. In the mirror, he leaned against the wall behind me. "Nervous?" he asked, grinning. Glancing down the hall toward the kitchen, I leaned closer and whispered, "No." His grin got bigger. "Yes, you are. You're a Brannick, a queen among women, and you're scared of going to school, when really, it's the school who should be scared of you." Ooh, that sounds really good. Is this in a series, or... It's a hardback, which I was not expecting. So, no, this is not in a... It doesn't look like this is in a series. But I will go ahead and read this, and when you see me, it'll be in the future, and we will go over the book. So, stick around. I did just finish reading the book. I finished reading it the day before yesterday. It came out in 2013. It has a 3.93 on Goodreads. I would give it a solid 3 stars. It's fine. Like, it's not amazing, it's not great, it's not one that I'm going to read again. I'll probably donate the book. When I was looking up more about the book after I finished reading it, I did find out that it may or may not be part of a series. Like, nothing on the book indicates that it's part of a series. But if you look at the Amazon listing, which I'll have an affiliate link to the book down below if you're interested in reading this, or at the Goodreads listing, it does say that it's part of the Hex Hall series. It's book number 4 in that series. But when I read the reviews mentioning that it may or may not have been part of the series, they all seem to say that, well, no, it's not. It doesn't have any of the same characters. It's only tangentially related to the series. It's really a parallel series to go alongside of it. So it was enjoyable, but it was just so dumb. Think mental chewing gum, like something just to clear the mental palate in between larger books. It does have a pretty large cast. The cast itself felt kind of needlessly big. We have Izzy, Izzy'S, is what Izzy is short for, not Isabel. She is the main character. She's a monster hunter. Her mom, Ash, is also a monster hunter. They're from a long line of monster hunters. And then we have Finn, who is Izzy's missing sister. She may or may not have been kidnapped by a coven of evil witches, which, okay. Like, that's not in the book. It's apparently not in the other books either. It's just something that happened off screen that we keep being told about. And then we have Torin, who is an evil warlock who lives inside a mirror in their house. And he can mirror walk to other mirrors and stuff and do reconnaissance and stuff for them. And it's just, okay. Like, it's never explained. In fact, they go out of their way to say, well, we don't know how he got stuck in the mirror either. And it's like, you don't know, I don't care. Like, and then we have Dex, who is a possible monster. He is Izzy's love interest. We have Romy, who is Izzy's new BFF. And then we have Anderson, who is Romy's love interest. And then Dex, Romy, and Anderson are all part of the school's monster hunting club, basically. It's the Paranormal Management Society. They keep calling it PMS, and that's like supposed to make me snigger every time, but at the same time, it's like it's funny once, and then it stops being funny. It's like it's not that funny. The story is that Izzy and Ash come into a new town to investigate a possible ghost haunting. Izzy gets matriculated into the local high school, which is where she meets these other characters. She's befriended by the Weirdos, the Ghost Hunting Club. She thinks she might sense magic coming off of Dex, but she can't be sure because she can sense magic from a person before she even gets close to them. And this time it only happens when they shook hands. So, which high schoolers not really known for shaking hands, but whatever. And she's just the hauntings escalate over the first part of the book, and she thinks that Romy is responsible for it, that Romy is actually a secret witch and is responsible for all the problems and confronts her about it. This is where we get into spoilers. Skip ahead if you don't want any spoilers. I understand if you are interested in the book, if you haven't read the book, if it's on your to-read list, please skip ahead. So Romy gets possessed by the ghost, who turns out to have been a witch while she was alive, and it's up to Izzy to save her. Normally the way you save people from a possession is to kill them once the spirit has fully possessed the person. Is you either kill the witch that's responsible for the possession, which in this case isn't Romy, it's someone else, or you would kill Romy's body, giving the witch no place to hunker down. So, the witch that's responsible for it all turns out to be Dex's Nana. As it turns out, Dex is actually dead. He wears this special bracelet that's keeping him alive through his Nana's witch powers, and it just felt it felt a little forced and really rushed at the end of the book. It's like all this, like you've got like this much book left, and then but you need this much story to keep going. And it's like, it felt very rushed. Almost like a TV movie, almost like a novelized version of a TV movie. Dex's Nana sacrifices herself and in the process transfers all of her life essence to Dex, which keeps him which brings him back to life without the bracelet. Romy is freed from the possession, and Dex, with no place left to go because he's an orphan, just takes up with Izzy and her mom, and he's like, well, I'm part of your group now. I guess part of what is making me think that it's a TV movie is that maybe it was supposed to be. Because the publisher for this book is Hyperion, which is Disney's imprint. Maybe this was supposed to be like their new teen Disney Channel original movie or something, or TV show or something like that. The whole thing feels very rushed. It feels forced. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel like anything that's going on makes sense, but at the same time it's kind of telegraphed. Like, as soon as they introduce the witch plot, and the fact that Dex lives with his Nana, and that he has a little bit of magic to him, I'm like, oh, his Nana's the one responsible. But then they kind of try to make you think that that's a red herring, or try to get you not to think about it, and it's like, she's clearly the witch. Like, she's gonna be the witch. She's a little old lady. Like, that's who witches are. But then they throw you off by making you think it's Romy, and then Romy gets upset, rightfully so, that she's accused of witchcraft, and the whole... It's just so dumb. Like, I've got, in my notes here, I've got so dumb. The big question is, should you read this? Like, if you want to, if you like young adult and you're looking for something that's not going to be too mentally taxing on you, that something that will be quick and fun to read, sure, why not? If you're looking for something that's going to be your next favorite book, no, absolutely not. This is not going to be, this hasn't been anybody's favorite book, this isn't going to be anybody's favorite book. It's a 3-star, it's good, it's not great, there's a lot that can be improved on it, mainly by turning it into a longer book. Like, I feel like it should have been twice as long. For a blind date with a book, I think that this one is actually pretty good. It's not the worst book I've ever read. It's not the best book I've ever read. It's solidly in the middle, especially for young adult. Um, would I do this again? Definitely. In fact, I've already ordered another one to do next month, so stay tuned for that. Have you read School Spirits or any of the Hex Hall series of books? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!